here in Kuwait and make it the best place to live in, a lot of different things have been done. Plenty of activities such as recycling, beach cleanups, and much more help aid having a better environmental future for Kuwait.
Today we are here gathered as Kuwaitis, as even non-Kuwaitis, people that are gonna clean this kind of right here, this area. This is exactly after the airport. Our whole goal is not just for us to work, but also as to learn leadership workshops that we're doing here to get these young people to improve themselves. And self-development is better and best when you do it outside, outdoors, and hopefully this is teamwork. This is what we call teamwork, and hopefully everybody will join us. And the whole goal for us is to make these streets better. We're going to also put in plants, we're going to put in lights, make these grounds colorful, hopefully, make this place more colorful for all of us and for you guys. So this is the love of Kuwait, and this is all out of love Kuwait, out of volunteering, out of learning how to give, and hopefully we'll pass it on to these young people that are with us.
That was a wonderful report regarding cleaning the airport in the state of Kuwait. And to continue on the same matter, we have the same person, and she is Awataf Al-Amiri. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for calling me.
Ms. Al-Amiri, you have a message and you delivered it through the report, and I would love to hear more about the same thing, about cleaning the environment in the state of Kuwait and also in the Arabian Gulf. What exactly we're talking about here?
We're talking about, honestly, to make things look better even for us as local people and for people that visit us from out of Kuwait. Because like if you look at the airport, the whole idea is to start from the airport because it's the beginning, or let's say it's the first thing that people see after they leave the airport, which we're talking about tourists, people that come to visit Kuwait and stuff like that. Hopefully this is just the beginning, and hopefully later on to continue the other streets of Kuwait to make them colorful and more. We need to see plants, we need to see good things for eyes. That's what that's one of our messages that we want to get out. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Thank you so much for participating in the program.
Sure.
And that was one of the volunteers in the state of Kuwait. Her name was Awataf Al-Amiri. Best of luck. You are still with us here, and we have something else, and we were talking about Kuwait Dive Team Environment and Voluntary Foundation. Kuwait Dive Team is a team Kuwaiti young men and women who are attempting to rescue and rehabilitating Kuwaiti marine environment through dedicated and district marine operation. The team is volunteers only, perform activities and projects contributing to protecting and rehabilitating marine environment since 1986. The team is part of Kuwait Voluntary Environment Foundation, which is in turn is recognized by the United Nations and is the part of the United Nations Global Compact. And to talk more, we have none other than Dari Al-Hwail, and he is also a volunteer. That's a wonderful gesture.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us on the program.
Thank you for hosting us.
What exactly here, when we say volunteer, that means that you do not get paid. You just love to hear it. Thank you so much, and keep up the good work.
Well, not even that. So sometimes we may not get that recognition or that thanks, but I think it's our opportunity to give back to Kuwait and give back to the environment. We all live in a small planet, and it's our opportunity to do this.
You have a PhD.
Yes, sir.
In what?
Information systems.
Information system.
Correct.
What's that got to do with environment?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
Nothing. I just do.
Just a hobby.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Where is exactly the situation here in the marine environment?
So Kuwait.
Is it too bad or not?
We like to always think of it with a hopeful eye, right? So we recognize
Be
that
more positive.
Correct. There are problems, not to say the least. However, I think there are multiple initiatives and multiple groups in Kuwait that are doing wonderful and positive things. But if you're asking me on a scale from 1 to 10, for example, how would we rate the marine environment? I would say probably at a 6.
6 out
maybe
of?
a 5 out of 10.
Out of 10.
Correct.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
The Arabian Gulf Sea here.
Correct.
People here love to visit the Arabian Gulf. And you're included.
Correct.
And everybody here in the state of Kuwait, they love to go to Arabian Gulf. That means that you have to be like a law-abiding citizen when it comes to follow the rules and regulations.
Correct.
Are we doing that or not?
I think there is a good number of people that are doing that. However, there are a lot more people that need to be educated and become more aware. A lot of the times people do not see their actions and the aftermath of their actions, what they do in the ocean. So for example, we go out on a fishing trip, we drink a bottle of water, we say, hey, we don't have any trash, so we'll just discard it. Yeah, the ocean is huge, right?
And it's made of plastic.
Correct.
And it does not dissolve until
about
doomsday.
200 years, right? So we'll live, we'll die, and that bottle might still be there.
The director is showing just one of your adventures inside the Arabian Gulf, which you are cleaning and probably protecting and rehabilitating the coral system.
Correct.
Okay.
So a lot of the times, with the different marine operations that we have, we're always focused not only on the environment itself, but how can we educate and spread awareness to other people. Our main focus has always been, when it comes to the marine environment, has been on coral reefs specifically. And the reason being is coral reefs are the backbone of our oceans. Without coral reefs, really, we wouldn't have any oceans, if you will.
You have some kind of a campaign how to clean our beaches right here in the state of Kuwait. And you have lots of volunteers that they are participating in the campaign. Do you think that we need more of participants to do the same thing?
I do believe that. So we definitely need a lot more people to come out, especially the younger children. So, and the reason why we started this campaign was it was very difficult for us to take a lot of people with us to go diving in a lot of the times dangerous environments, right, to clean up, the ocean. So we said, okay, where can we meet the public? So the wonderful and beautiful natural interface was the beach itself. So this is why we brought these campaigns to the beach. We were inviting a lot of schools and a lot of children to come and help us. And
you can see on the air right now that you have some kind of wreckage and cleaning steps.
So a lot of these, unfortunately, trash, debris, ghost nets are being discarded and are really harming our marine environment. However, we like to sometimes think of our operations as mission impossible type of operations, where it's in a gray area. Usually government agencies or government bodies do not, for example, necessarily know whose authority does it fall under. So this is kind of where we intervene. And we've been very fortunate to get the support from government and non-government bodies here in Kuwait, alhamdulillah.
I think that you are having a good time when you do this, not only to satisfy your personal needs, and also you are doing it for your own country. But it has to be a limitation for this, because you cannot do this for the rest of your lives, because people tend to get more, irresponsible. You have to have some kind of a stiff penalty for not doing this anymore, because one of these days you are going to quit, because you have some kind of a statute of limitation. So what do you think? So we need to have some kind of severe legislation for people who violate and try to kill our environment?
So definitely, I think legislation is definitely warranted, and I think is definitely one of the things that we need to have instituted. However, we need to also be mindful. The legislation only came about in 2014. We've been seeing it enacted in 2015, early 2016. So we need to give people time, and we need to give the environment, if you will, time to see how are the effects actually moving. So the EPA has been fantastic in terms of making a lot of changes and a lot of moves, right? And we're encouraging them, to keep on those, if you will, regulations. However, at the same time, we cannot say, okay, well, we have a law today, but look, people are still polluting. Well, we understand, but
Takes time.
Educating people, especially the younger generations, I think will take a long time. But I think at the end of the day, we will all benefit.
Let's go back a little bit to the campaign which involved children, the young generation, which they are going to be the men of the future. Are you satisfied with that or not?
In terms of how?
Like maybe you have some different ideas to let the young children, honestly, to understand that this is your life. If you do not protect it today, you will lose it tomorrow.
Right.
And we have pictures right here on the air.
Yeah, and I think sometimes the children, believe it or not, are very smart and they get the message. So one of the pictures, I don't know if we're showing it here in the show today, but we have a dead bird, right? And inside the dead bird's cavity, we have all these trash items that bird could have ingested, right, as a result of our trashing and our pollution. And as we show that, we tell the children or students to start crying. And some of them actually, start crying or have a fear. Oh my God, why is this bird, dead? Why does it have all this debris inside of it? So I think a lot of them would get it and do get it right there and then. But it's making sure that message continues on and on, I think is very important.
What about courses and classes and to teach them how to protect our environment? Do you have some kind of expertise people to give them the knowledge and the information?
So this is where we come in, and a lot of our members do actually go through rigorous training, and some of our material was actually even adopted and introduced at the Ministry of Education here in Kuwait to be taught to students as well. When you look at it in terms of training them, we like a classroom where it's the beach. We're not sitting in a boring, traditional, high school, middle school, whatever classroom. We're actually going out to the beach and we're actually.
Are you one of these people inside the water or not?
So this is I'm actually assisting photograph this underwater scenery. Here we're doing training with actually company employees of Kuwait, and we're actually participating with them to install mooring buoys or simulating the installation of mooring buoys.
What about Australia? Do you have some kind of specific courses, classes you would love people to take it over there or not?
So you asked a good question. So in about
I always ask good questions.
in about a week's time, we're going to actually travel to Australia, and our mission going there to Australia, we're actually going to meet with the university.
Funded by whom?
This is funded by a collection of funders, but mainly the Kuwait
non-governmental.
Correct. Well, KFAS. So the Kuwait Foundation for the Advancement of Sciences. So we're being sponsored to go there. We're going to meet with the University of Queensland, specifically Project Aware, where we're going to take a specific course on coral reef monitoring. So we've been doing that. We've been participating with them. We've took more than 600 surveys, if you will, here in the reefs of Kuwait. And there we want to learn more specifically and more technical details, if you will. So that's kind of like where we're going and why we're going.
Let's talk a little bit about international, and let's talk a little bit about our brothers in the neighborhood and the GCC countries. We have probably the best cooperation with each other regarding the government and also the people in the GCC country. Do you think that we need to do more to protect our sea, the Arabian Gulf, and our land?
I think we definitely need to do that.
More ambitious.
We're more practical, right? So you say ambitious. I'm telling you we're practical. So,
Practical.
We established the first forum for GCC diving teams, environmental diving teams. So we brought them here to Kuwait.
And you're the president or somebody else?
The team, right? Our
team.
team, correct? So we brought them into Kuwait, and then we kind of showed them, hey, this is how Kuwait dive team does it. This is how we lift and salvage boats, fishing nets. This is how we do and conduct beach cleanups. So therefore, if you look at all of our operations, we kind of summed them up in this nice summit, and we said, okay, can you join us and share? We share our expertise, and they shared their expertise with us. As a matter of fact, we also did another one in the United States, and in the United States, we actually went international. So not only are we looking at the GCC countries and GCC teams, but we're going international and trying to solicit, if you will, cooperation from other teams.
Dr. Dari, honestly, it is a pleasure to have you here.
Likewise.
And we are proud to have people like you, especially young men. You're younger than me. Way too young. And you have a wonderful t-shirt. Next time, bring me one.
Inshallah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dear viewers, he was with us, Dr. Dari Al-Hawel, and he is a volunteer to clean our sea and also land, correct?
Correct.
Promise us to come back again.
Inshallah. Thank you.
People, we have some kind of information regarding these matters, and you can see it on the air, and you can contact them, and also you can volunteer and participate of protecting our environment and also protecting our beaches. We will be right back right after this message.